Hello. Welcome to another episode of Carlie's Couch. I'm Carlie, and here is Cuplex. Oops. We actually have a couple mugs left, so if anybody would like some retro Carlie's Couch memorabilia, some vintage, let me know because we got some mugs left. But anyways, I hope y'all are having a wonderful end to your summer. I know I am. Shout out to LA and California. I'm very excited to be living in such a geographically abundant place. I've been surfing and playing volleyball on the beach and just enjoying every last morsel of the sunshine. It does feel like an air fryer in LA right now, so not excited about that and global warming, but, you know, we out here living. Today, I'm very excited to talk. Oh, and I hope that y'all are doing amazing too. You should let me know. Hit me up at Carlie's Couch on all the platforms and let me know how you're doing. But today's topic, okay, circling back, is the lies that we tell ourselves and how to get to the truth. And this was sparked by a conversation with a friend because they have this thing they've been telling me they want to do, but then they're not doing it, and it's just been a consistent thing. And I'm not judging. It just sparked in my own life, like where in my own life is there a misalignment in what I'm saying and in what I'm doing? Because we can tell ourselves a lot of things, like, oh, I want to grow my business, I want to work out, I want to do X, Y, and Z, but do you want it bad enough to actually do the things you know you need to do to get there? And to challenge myself to figure out where I'm doing that and to do better. Because I do a lot of things, and shout out to me. This is not like a beat Carlie up episode. This is not a beat yourself up episode. This is a reflect and get realigned with your goals. The last time we chatted, the last time you joined me on the couch, we had a Q4 session, like how to realign before the end of your year. And so this is a good follow-up to that because it's helping us take stock of what we really want and getting to the bottom of, if we say we want a thing, why are we not doing it? So if you've been listening to the Couch for a while, this is me in business development, and it's not because I don't understand business. We could always learn and grow, but there's just something that's not aligned. And so just trying to get to the bottom of things. I found this really dope quote from Harriet Lerner that says, "It is the fear of change that motivates us to resist the very help we seek." And I thought this was poignant because I find myself being averse to things when I am uncomfortable or when there's that barrier, the same barrier that I'm pushing up against when I'm talking about, when we say we want to do a thing, but we're not actually taking the steps to do said thing. And yeah, so think about what's something in your life that is a consistent problem or issue that you've been running into. And I'll say for me, one of mine is like I have this vision of doing an online mobility and workout platform, and even just on YouTube. So it doesn't even have to be me building an app and me doing this. And it's like I've even gotten so far deep into it that I have recorded the videos and I just haven't posted them. Why, girl? What's going on? Like what's going on? And so I want you to take a time to think about, like, what is that consistent problem or issue? And when I say problem or issue, I mean the thing that you say you want, but you aren't taking the steps to do it. And we're going to get to the bottom of that today. For example, like I have another friend who just is like, I'm not good at social media. That's not true, because you're great at posting stuff when you want to post things. But why, when it comes to your business, to putting yourself out there, to putting your projects out there, to putting your retreats, to putting your art, why then is it hard to share? But if you're looking real good, it's easy to share, but why is it harder to share? And I understand like it's vulnerable and things, but like what is the deeper issue and how can we surpass that? And so it could be laziness, it could be a fear of being seen, it could be you don't truly want to do it. It could be so many things that you do want it, but you are not willing to be uncomfortable for the thing. So it's like you say you want this thing, but you're not willing to go through the discomfort that it takes to get the thing. Like working out. You want to be fit, you want to feel confident in your body, you want to move well, you want to not have pain, but you're not willing to work out. You're not willing to try. And I think that's the bigger thing. The moment you're shutting yourself down and not willing to try, like towards your dreams, baby, we got one life that we know of. And I think you should be out here like Dolly Parton, like, fuck it, we ball. We out here. Rest in peace, Dolly P. But yeah, so I also wanted to think about, like, what's the difference in manifestation and Like people are like, oh, I want this thing, I can just manifest it. And although I believe in miracles, I do think you have to start taking steps towards a thing. I don't think if you sit in your house all day, magically you'll get $1,000,000, be super fit, find the love of your life, create a business that you love, and help the world. I don't think that that's going to work. And I'm not shutting down manifestation in your own way. And if it happens like that for you, love that down. But I think that we can all start taking more steps to create space for miracles to happen in our lives. And thinking through like what it is. So think about your why. What is something you've been wanting to work towards for a while? And I'll say mine, like, oh, I've been wanting to share these online movement videos. And then we're going to ask ourselves a sequential question of why 7 times. I went through this with one of my homies. Shout out to Jason with Burnt Sienna Research. And it helped me like think through a project I was considering taking on. And then I realized I didn't really want to do that. So I'm going to read through an example and I want you to think of what yours is. You can also take some time and journal because I don't think that it's going to be super easy just to pop up the answers, but I do have an example here so we can just talk through it. Okay, so why do you want to be a writer? Your answer could be to be able to share my story. Okay, well, why do you want to share your story? I want to be able to help people who have been through something similar. Why do you want to help someone? You know how it feels to not have anybody, and you want to make someone else feel not as alone. Why do you want the people who read your work to feel less alone? Maybe the road to success can feel lonely, and having someone who understands you can help you to 10x their own output. Why do you want someone to 10x their output? So that they can live better lives. Why do you want them to live better lives? Because we only have one life, so we should live it to its fullest and enjoy the journey. Why should you live it to the fullest and enjoy the journey? Because when you're on your deathbed and someone asks if you've regretted anything, you wouldn't want to answer, I wish I had done X. And now that I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, okay. Grant Cardone, 10Xing their output. And so thinking through, like for me, okay, so why do I want to share mobility and workout videos with people? Well, I want to create accessibility to wellness. And I'm like, look, let me write that down too. Why do you want to create accessibility to wellness? Because every body deserves access to the things that make them healthy. Why does everybody deserve access to the things that make them healthy? Because they do, and it's life-changing. It's life-changing to me. It was life-changing to me. Why should people want to change their lives? Because people should want to change their lives because like life can feel better. Like you don't have to live with pain. You don't all the time, like outside of, stuff that happens in life. Like let's not be dense, but for the most part, a lot of the things that people settle for, we can be proactive about, like working on mobility and strength training. Your back doesn't automatically have to start hurting because you turn 30. Like we're using age as a cop out when we could be proactive about things, but because people deserve to feel good in their bodies and confident in their bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why do people deserve to feel confident in their bodies? Because, working out changed my life, and I just want people to be able to have access to that same peace that it gives me. Why should people have peace? Well, because look, anybody else self-actualizing is helping the community and the world raise their vibration. And so individual healing, oh, wow, we actually got somewhere. I was worried because, listen, I did not have this typed out. Individual healing leads to community healing. And I want the community to feel better. I grew up and, my parents had a lot of pain in their bodies and didn't feel good. And I lost my mom to well, I didn't lose her. She's still here, but she's not on the physical plane anymore because of a disease that she could have been more proactive about. I'm not saying she would live forever. Like I know that that's not real, but just doing all the things that we can to help people have the best quality of life that they can. And I think when you have the best quality of life, it also just affects your mental. On my website, I've always loved the tagline, create a life that you love. And that's hard to explain to people. But when I went through all these whys, like if you're listening to this, you understand why that's important to me and how movement ties into that. Because what starts off as a very physical journey is really a spiritual journey. It's really an emotional journey. It's really healing and creating opportunities for everything else in your life. Working out and being active gives you the chance to push through, gives you a chance to master your mind, to learn peace and quiet, to quiet the mental chatter, to prove to yourself that you can do the hard things, that you can show up for yourself. It gives you an opportunity to be consistent. There's so many things inherently tied to our physical meat suits. And I think it's a great way and a great little microcosm of how life can expand into miracles. And so I think you can ask yourself and get to the bottom of why you want to do a thing. And when you really get to the bottom of it, so that one was in favor. So you can do this and get to the bottom. Because when I did this with my friend about a job opportunity, I got to the bottom and I was like, I would be doing this to please other people. I don't want to do that shit no more. Love that for me. I hope that happens for you too. Or you could get down there like, oh, I actually don't want to be a doctor. I thought I want to be a doctor because that's what everybody in my family is a doctor. Okay, great. Then what do you want to do for yourself? And when you get to your real why, then you're able to break things down into steps and then take one step for yourself, just one, towards what you're working on, and be real with yourself about what you want and what you think it'll take to get there. But don't let that stop you from going. The days are going to pass anyways. The time is going to pass anyways. I hope you spend your time doing things that you love for yourself, for your community, for the things that you care about, because you're worth it. Aw, yay. Listen, when I started doing those 7 whys, I was a little bit worried about where it was going to go. I would be interested to hear what yours is and how you got there. Wow, that's so cool. I might do a little post about this. But all that to say, y'all can hold me accountable because I'm going to start sharing these videos that I've already recorded that are old. But yeah, I don't know why that's stopping me. And I might make a whole episode and come back about that. There could be a lot of things. I know like time is one, but then also I be scrolling. So I really do have time. I'm just not using it in the way that I want to. So I hope you take some time to reflect. I hope you take some time to realign with your goals. And I hope you are spending your life doing things and building things that bring you joy and that give back to yourself and to everybody else in your life. Very much like Dolly P. So I hope y'all are having a great day. Let me know. Hit me in the comments about this episode, about the whys, the 7 concentric whys. And yeah, I'll see y'all next week.